Hi everyone, Diana Rankin here, trying to catch my breath. I apologize. I am running late, and there was no warning that I was even going to be able to get here today. Um, I've had some issues going on, and I will tell you, all night I was chanting what we learned last week. I am love. I am love. I am love. And yes, Piper's with me. She's just kind of under my chair here. Anyway, we we are in the middle of a storm. I still have electricity, and for that I'm grateful. But I just got in. Um, I had to have my brand new car, towed in for service. It would not start, and this has been going on for. It started yesterday, but we couldn't get it in before the shop closed, and so I just got back driving. The dealership is 45 minutes away, and so they gave me a car to drive home, and here I am. So I'm catching my breath, and I apologize for not letting all of you know the way I normally do, and I apologize for my trying to catch my breath right now. But some other things have been going on. Nothing major. I'm fine. We're all fine here, but everything that it has a battery in it died over between yesterday and today, including like the thermostat batteries and the garage door batteries, and everything has just kind of died, including the new car. That was a birthday present. Anyway, here we go. Our question today is about natural, or not natural, but man-made, human-made disasters, and I thank you for the questions. If you have any questions, you can put them in the comments below, or you can email them to me and we'll pick them up. So our questions today: can you address the train chemical spill and how far-reaching it will affect others? And what can we do about protecting our health, and why did this and other disasters happen? Those are our questions, and we're going to get right into those. And I will tell you, when we finish today, just go catch my breath. So again, I am on the run, so forgive me. Here we go. The Ohio train chemical spill will and does affect the entire world's atmosphere. So the entire world is affected. Of course, the closer to the source and the more exposure to the source, the greater danger to the human body. This is true of all chemical spills, fires, and other disasters. To make life easier, humans have created that which harms them. Instead of using nature for them, they have used nature against them. Instead of using nature for humankind, we've used nature against us. Yeah. The energy of the Ohio train disaster has already spread and brought about other train misjudgments, which caused the end to human lives. This energy has not yet dissipated. To weaken the energy, think in terms of healing rather than in terms of disasters. And there's our Piper, isn't there? I hear she put on quite a show last week with rolling around in her bed. Maybe she'll do that for us again. Laughter is good. Okay, here we go on. Even when children play with trains and bring them together in a wreck, helps to create the energy that brings about the chemical spill with train derailment in Ohio. If you saw me jump there, that's because we just got a splurt against the window of wind. It's a rainstorm, but we're under a wind advisory. Tornadoes may or may not come. I'm going to get snow in a little bit, but it just blew against the window hard, and it made me jump a little bit. Obviously, I'm not feeling very relaxed. I did not even have time to do a short meditation before coming on, and I wanted to get to you as close to our time as possible. So here we go. Why would a child think a train wreck is more fun than smooth running trains? Teach your children well. Help them to understand the excitement of moving energy for the good of all. To do so, you must first understand. Educate yourself. For doing so, we thank you. This is the only way to save humanity from itself. That's a pretty important line. This is the only way to save humanity from itself. What Phillip is saying is educate yourself. Everything is energy. And we have to be educated about that, how that works, and move that energy, build that energy, even manipulate that energy toward the love in the world, not toward the disaster. So here we go on. The train chemical spill in Ohio is only one example of how humankind is destroying itself. As the chemicals rose into the atmosphere, it was spread via airwaves as well as groundwaters. It was also transported elsewhere, which spread the contamination. Even in containment, the poison spreads. I don't want to hear that. As we have said, those closest to any disaster will be the most affected. However, there are those who walk into disasters time after time and are not affected. You call this a miracle, but it is. Let us look deeper and to help you understand. I'm sorry, I still have the phone in my back pocket and it is beeping me. I'm going to move it because it was irritating. It was buzzing. Okay, here we go. I'm sorry. Oh, so good to see some of you. I am going to stop. Notice I normally don't stop in the middle of Philip's messages, but today's an exception. Juliet, hello and happy rainy Friday. She said she's also in Ohio. And Wendy says, sending you love, Diana. Thank you. I'm taking every ounce that's coming. And Robin says, good afternoon, Diana from South Carolina. I have missed the last few weeks of your lives, but I'm so happy to be back and here with you today. We've missed you, and we are so grateful to have you here too. And Wendy goes on to say, I ride trains almost daily here in London. I now send them love. Absolutely, absolutely. And Philip's going to tell us, give us more information now about how to protect ourselves. But I want to stop for a moment now that we are at a breaking point. As he said, let us look deeper to help you understand. And we're going to get to that in a minute. But I want to tell you a story. And when I was riding into the dealership and my car was on the trailer in the back, and I'm riding with this strange man, Andy is his name. And we just started talking. And the dealership had said, if you don't feel safe riding into the dealership, and you don't have anybody bring you down, feel safe riding in with the tow truck driver, and you don't feel safe coming down, we'll send somebody out to get you. Well, I'm 45 minutes away. I did feel safe riding down with this man. And here's the story I told him, because he was telling me about places he goes in that are really scary. And this is something you can use for all the trains, those in London, the subways, wherever, because yes, we want to protect those, including those carrying chemicals. Many years ago, I knew a woman named Hazel, and Hazel during World War II, Hazel was with the OSU, USO, thank you. And she saw so much and heard about so much death and saw so much injury. And so she decided there were a lot of angels out of service, and she was going to call them all into service. So Hazel said she gathered up all of the angels that she could, and she put them to work going into the zones in World War II to help out those who were transitioning and help out those who were injured. And she said after World War II, these angels were a lot of work. So whenever you needed angels, put them to work. Hazel's angels are there for you. So we're going to put those angels all over the trains, all over the world. Okay. As Phillip says, let us look deeper to help you understand. As souls, while in spirit world, you chose the path you wanted to take. For example, you might have chosen to experience an illness to bring awareness to a dangerous situation for others. Or you might have chosen the opposite, to not become ill so that you can clean up disasters without harm to the body. Of course, there are many paths between these two examples. To learn of your path, ask yourself, hey, self, what's my path? Pay attention to how you have lived your life and how you desire to live your life. Pay attention. Humans so often ask for answers, but refuse to see the answers. Isn't that the truth? All answers are not given at once. Only one small, subtle answer will be given at a time. Only one small step asked to be taken. Once taken, a second step will be shown. Learning thy path is a lifelong journey that begins at birth. You have asked how to protect oneself from harm, specifically the train chemical spill in Ohio. These steps may be taken for this and all energy that harms. Ask for help from those who protect you in spirit world. You can call on healers, angels, ancestors, guides, protectors. We are here always to help and guide you. We may guide you away from harm, or we may guide you to humans who are healers. So simple, isn't it? Ask for help. Before I leave my home, I always see angels, and I know angels don't have wings, but I imagine they do. And I always see them spreading their wings around my animals and over our home, covers the roof. And I always ask for protection while I'm driving as well. Okay, that's number one. Ask for help. From spirit, from all those in spirit world. Number two, receive help from human healers as needed. These may be doctors or energy workers. Go where you are guided. Number three, take practical human precautions. Not doing so is ego arrogance. Whoa. And I think what he's saying there is, well, take practical human precautions. Saying, I'm not going to take those precautions. I can walk in front of traffic and be fine, or through traffic and be fine. That's ego arrogance. Don't do it. Number four, understand the energy you are and work with that. If you live in a fear of illness, illness will be yours. If you live in love, you may not become ill, or you may. If in love, you will gain from the illness. And we've all been there, where some incident, an illness, or what I've just gone through with every battery around me has died all of a sudden. But everybody I needed was there. Everybody's been very kind. So, after I had a motorcycle spill many years ago, I know I don't look big enough to ride a motorcycle. Everything I needed, including the car coming toward the opposite direction. I was going this way, and the car coming this way happened to be an EMT. So when my bike went down, there was an EMT right there. Everything I needed. Phillip goes on to say, we suggest you love your body. Good one. It is a gift. Let this love extend to loving all of you. This is easy if you remember your spirit energy, which is love, pure love. Humankind is destroying itself, but you can't be destroyed, and you can stop the destruction. The answer is simply love. It is the strongest force of energy imaginable. Use it wisely and with a force for change, for the betterment of yourself and all. So, my friends, we're going to stop those chemical spills. We're going to clean up the atmosphere. We're going to clean the air and the water simply by sending the energy of love. Excuse me. Pardon me. Send that energy of love. Cover those trains with that energy of love. Infuse it into the train cars. Look at the tracks. Cover the tracks with the energy of love. Love is an action verb. Let's take it. Let's use it. Let's pass it on. And I will tell you, after, I won't go into the difficulties of yesterday and today any more than what I've said, because there is a reason to. But what I want you to know is, just by chanting, I am love, changes the world. So it's like, if you have to talk to a customer service rep, you might want to chant I am love before you have to talk to that customer service rep, because sometimes that can be challenging, shall we say. If you have to confront a friend or have to confront someone or have to deal with something, I am love. I am love. I am love. And as Phillip reminds us, we suggest you love your body. It is a gift. Let this love extend to loving all of you. This is easy if you remember your spirit energy, which is love, pure love. Humankind is destroying itself, but you can't be destroyed, and you can stop the destruction. The answer is simply love. It is the strongest force of energy imaginable. Use it wisely and with a force for change for the betterment of yourself and all. Let's get our message for the week, shall we? As you know, this is an oracle book. We just flipped through. I'm hearing left, but right was pretty close. So if you heard left, our intuition's in sync. That's the message for everyone. If you heard right, pay attention. That's a message you need to hear. I get a lot of feedback that that's true too. I love this. All right, this is page 318. We are all only beginning to understand. We are all only beginning to understand. Hello, and I will forgive me. Ankala world. Happy Friday, Diana, and everyone on the chat. And she sends all kinds of beautiful hearts and kisses and fresh prayers and energy, and we need it, don't we? So let's remember, we are all only beginning to understand. Isn't that the truth? If you heard right, which is page 319, where peace lives, there can be no conflict. Where peace lives, there can be no conflict. Well, my friends, I thank you for those of you who are able to be with me live and hold the energy for me. I thank you for those of you who make comments below who weren't able to be with us live. I thank you for helping me be a little calmer as I was racing home in a loaner car in a rainstorm. Now I'm going to go relax because of the love you send me. Remember, I am love. Thank you for the love that you send us. Thank you for the love you receive from us. And thank you for the love you send to our world. Oh, thank you. Wendy says, that was beautiful, Diana and Phillip. Thank you. I am so fortunate to have Phillip. And I do want to say, often those who work with me or are familiar with my work do end up, you can work with Phillip too. He's a marvelous teacher, but I will tell you, he's a taskmaster. So only be ready. But you're allowed because you are love. I love you, my friends. I love you. See you next Friday, if not before. Bye.